Hey guys, so I'm gonna unpack my show suitcase. I have a rolling suitcase that I keep in my closet for all my shows. Um, and I figure I'll show y'all what all I have in it. I know there's actually a lot of girls, I'm very type A, so I'm an overthinker, overplanner. So just kind of go over what I've learned throughout my 5 years. Of competing, of what I need, and kind of and making sure I don't have too much, but I have exactly what I need. My first show, I over did everything, but I've got some essentials in here. Just gonna kind of tell you what I've learned in my journey. If you're starting to compete, I have had a couple of requests for that, and I'm very honored that y'all asked me. So just gonna go over my bag. That's just my jacket. So I have a rolling suitcase. Of course, it's got my logo, but it makes life a whole lot easier. It's just carry-on size. It's easy just to roll it. That way you don't have, when you have your tan, like your backpack straps, all that stuff, the less you have on you, the better. All I have is my robe, and I carry my bag with me. So let's take a look at it. And like I said, what I do is when I get home, as I go through it, I wash everything in it, including my show suits, which of course you got to make sure you take very good care of your show suits. Don't screw those up. But then I repack the bag and put it in the closet. That way it's ready. So I usually take like a portable mattress pad. It's kind of a thick little thing for like the little kids' playpens. But it, of course, wasn't feasible for me to take on a plane. I just didn't want to go through all that. So always have you like a yoga mat or a thicker blanket to lay on backstage while you're waiting. Make sure it's one that you don't mind getting tan all over, because it's going to get gross. So we're going to wash that. This is just an old blanket. I have a bonnet, my own bonnet for when I tan. It's just a basic bonnet. Take that, and that way it covers my hair before I go on stage, kind of helps hold the curl. Silk, one from Amazon, super cheap. My robe, of course. This is my backstage robe. Black is best. I had a white one my first show. Terrible idea. But it was cool because I had it made. It was my first show. I've got Team Hodge Extreme Fitness on there. It's my home gym, my team, of course, my business, my logo. Got to represent everybody. We're going to wash that. And this is an essential thing that I got. This is called a tan fan sack. So I'm going to show you why it's important for you to take dark sheets or this guy that you can get on Amazon. This right here is why it's essential for you. Look. You should be able to see that. Like, that's tan. That's tan. And that's me getting in and just laying there not moving. So when you get your first coat, yeah. I usually like to, I live in my romper. I'll show you guys. I should have that in here, hopefully. My romper. Yeah, it might be in my bag. Oh well. It's like a spaghetti strap. Just a basic little baggy cotton romper that I live in once I get my tan. As soon as I get that, as soon as I get the hotel room, comes off, I get in the sleep sack, or I just walk around, let it dry. But no matter how much, that's, like I said, that's why it's so important to make sure to take, and also take your dark towels, a dark towel and a dark washcloth for after the show, even the day after showering. Trust me, use that, because you don't want the hotel to be charging. Yeah. So that, and this tan fan, basically it goes over, it's really big. It's basically like a satin sleeping bag. Even has a holder for you to put in your pillow to lay on. essential. I've got it in my link tree under like my Amazon stuff, but you can get it on Amazon. Tan fan. It's perfect. Of course, I have my resistance bands. I have a little caboodle here. Generally, this has like, you know, some essentials. I've got my jewelry in it from that, but I have a bigger caboodle that I store all my show jewelry in, but that's all I needed for this show. One thing I also carry with me is a portable mirror. If it's a bigger show, if it's a more local show, I can take my actual full-length mirror. But this is awesome to have. Again, Amazon. So, and I've also got like a mobile charger, portable charger to keep backstage. I always take my AirPods as well. I've got my lip. Generally, if you get like your makeup done, I always use the show's recommendations. It's just easier because you know it's going to be done right. And they'll be backstage to help you. But I always take a lip kit just in case. I always take eyelash glue as a backup and nail glue as a backup. Generally, they provide your lashes, but just in case. These, I live in these. These are my little slippers. I live in these. You don't want lines, marks. You want to avoid lines and marks as much as possible once you get that first coat of tan. So the least amount of friction and pressure, the best. Posing suit, I wash this, keep this out, of course, because that's for check-ins and things like that. But of course, I took that, you know, to check in with Coach. So actual show suit, I've got a hard case here that I use. Poor thing's seen better days. But it's a hard case, protects my suits. I've got it for every suit that I've purchased. Of course, Wonder Woman is here. I can put my armor up now. So I'm going to put her in a shadow box with my pictures, professional pictures from the show this week. And it's going to be the end of an awesome era and beginning of a whole new one. So it means a lot to me. Much deeper than stage, remember that. So, but yeah, so I use these hard cases. Again, Amazon. It just protects them. You put so much money into those show suits. They are so expensive, but you got to protect them. Huge thing. Huge thing. Pee funnels. Don't laugh. It is funny. Don't laugh. I'm childish too. These pee funnels will save your life. You can get a huge pack of them on Amazon. Seriously. Because even though you think you got perfect aim, if you're hovering over a toilet after you get that it never fails. You're going to have to pee at the most inopportune time or whatever. These are lifesavers. Because when you get that pee on your tan and you have to do the walk of shame and you got them dribble marks. Yeah. So, huge lifesaver. Disposable pee funnels. Extensions. I wear extensions, of course. I have a lot of hair and it's long, but I wear extensions for the volume. These are just basic clip-ins. I use them, like I said, for the volume and the boost. So I have those. I always carry my heels in a bag. But, oh, that don't match. So I've got my Shoe Fairy heels. Awesome. Love them. Super for the feet. But I do have my very first show heels as a backup because I'll tell you, you got to be ready. Because if that strap pops, you got to be ready to go. So that's an essential element too. I also carry hand sanitizing wipes. Make sure you have those with you because you cannot be washing your hands and getting all after that tan. So make sure that you have hand sanitizing wipes. That way you can at least be a little bit non-germy. Yeah, because let me tell you, it's gross. It's gross. It looks glamorous on stage, but I mean, you smell weird. Odoban, that is in my check bag. Odoban is a deodorant that is approved for tanning. Huge asset. Definitely helps. Highly recommend. Because you get funky. You smell weird. It's essential. Can't say that enough. But it's the only approved deodorant to help combat odor that's safe for the tan. So Get Buffed is also an exfoliator from Pro-Tan. Highly recommend those 2 items. Get those for your first tan. Definitely recommend. The Get Buffed, of course, is the exfoliator and it helps do it. I always get those. Those are essentials. So yeah, so that's what I always have with me backstage in my showcase ready to go. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anything, but hopefully this helps you out. I'm going to go wash all this stuff, wash my suits. We're going to store them up for next season.